We're FixBNB and we're solving your missing Wi-Fi password, broken toilet, and missing towel issues so you can vacation more. So imagine that you want to visit sunny San Diego, and you've decided that you want to stay on the beach with your 2 children, your wife, and your 2 dogs. So you go search about and you find your favorite vacation rental website, find a price that's right for you, and select your destination. It's a great experience. It's awesome. You get to pick the thing that you want. And I really like, this modern thing. I want to be here on the beach. And you're going to go there and you're going to have the time of your life. And then, well, things happen. Like your toilet overflowing and water all over the floor. And your wife complaining that you can't use the bathroom after a long car ride. Instead of filling out a silly web form and waiting for someone to call back that never will, you can now use text messaging to get help. The name of this property is Beachview, and we're going to text Beachview to our FixBNB number, and we're going to get a response back. And we're going to be asked what kind of problem we have. Well, it looks like it's probably a plumbing issue, and yeah, I'd say it's running or dripping. And now FixBNB is going to hook me up with someone who can fix my problem. On the other side of this two-sided network, you've got Mike. He's an awesome plumber in the local area. He's going to get dispatched this work order. He's going to hit A to accept, and then he's going to go ahead and hit A to assign it to himself versus his coworker, Paul. Now he's ready to go and start work and continue updating status on this work order through text message with FixBNB dispatch. Now that Mike's done, he's going to go ahead, head back over to his text message, and update the status of that work order as complete by hitting B. He'll get a response back with stats around how quickly he finished compared to others and how good of a job he did. That additionally will trigger a Net Promoter Score survey that will be delivered back to that particular guest so they can rate Mike's work. So one of the really powerful things that we found with Studio is that we could come up with a very simple set of requirements like what you see in front of us here. Essentially our IVR tree based on the maintenance type. And we could very quickly port that over into Studio and start building logical flows and actually test those flows. So being able to rapidly prototype a product with 2 cell phones, a Twilio account, and a wireframing tool made this move very, very quickly. And it's something that we are super grateful for. Now I'm going to flip over to Girish, our CTO, and he's going to walk you through the flow inside of Twilio Studio.
Hi everyone, let me walk you through the SMS flow we have built. As soon as we get an incoming message to our Twilio phone number, which is associated with this SMS flow, we reply to that message and we ask them to respond to one of these options, and these options are nothing but the problem categories that occur at properties, and we came up with this list after survey with many property management companies and property owners, and the guest would select one of these options. After that we branch out, and depending on the problem category they selected, and then for the problem category they selected, we again have subcategories where we ask the guest to select one of these options, and they also have an option to go to the main menu just in case they have selected a wrong option previously. And if they don't see the option they are looking for, they can always select not listed. In that case, we will ask them for a short description of the problem they're facing, and this is what we send them just in case if they don't see their option. And customer when I say customer, it is guest. When guest selects one of these options, then in the background what we do is we run this Twilio function, which in turn would call our microservice, and it would get the list of workers for the property where the problem is identified in this current flow. And we get the list of workers, and at the same time we make a HTTP call using HTTP request widget, and we make a call to DynamoDB table, and we create a work order with the status open, right? And then the very next thing we do is we send this message to the worker, and this is the worker company, and we ask them to respond here. B is accept, and B is decline the work order. And as you can see here, there is this number. This is associated with another SMS flow, which I will explain shortly. And the message is being sent to the plumber number, which we got as a response to this Twilio function, which gets the list of workers. And now, as soon as the worker response ARB, this flow is invoked, and this, as I mentioned earlier, this flow is associated with another Twilio number. And what we are doing is at the very first we make a HTTP request to the DynamoDB table, and we get that particular work order which was created earlier, and we identify depending on the worker phone number. That is nothing but this. And we continue with this flow, and then we ask them if the order need to be assigned to them, or it need to be forwarded to someone. And when they say assign it to me, and we give them we send them a message, and we give them the guest phone number, and to ask them to schedule the repair with the guest depending on the availability. And then after a couple of hours we will ask for the status update. They can respond A, B, or C, which is in progress, complete, or cancelled. And if they say in progress, we just say thanks for the update. And if they say complete, and we give them stats, it is still a work in progress. And if they say they cancelled, we ask them why the order was cancelled. If it was because the guest didn't show up, or the guest cancelled the order, or any other reason. And then depending on the response, what we do is we again make a call to the DynamoDB table, and we update this particular order with one of these status that is in progress, complete, or cancelled, so that we have the latest status. And this is what we have today, what we have built using Twilio Studio. Thank you.